Y'all checking for that new Sebastian Telfair
I just gotta watch that interview still.
album on the way.
Cause motherfuckers forget, like, Sebastian Telfair coming out of high school was like one of the coldest niggas. It's like these motherfuckers
translate to the NBA as well as it should have.
They NBA careers don't go a certain way, and it's like people forget, like, these niggas can actually hoop, like, within the culture. Like, these is niggas that's looked at like crazy.
I don't even think it's that niggas forget. I think it's just that, like, we go off of what, I mean, for the most part, niggas going off what, your last run or what was the last shit that you did. Just like the mellow conversation that y'all gonna have.
I don't really have no desire to have that conversation.
See that? No, okay. So no, that's what I call the bullshit. And I'm all for. It's not even like a disrespectful thing, but the fact that, like, that's something that happened that should be talked about.
I mean, we could talk about. I'm fine with talking about this shit, but I feel no need to debate things that we know for a fact.
But that's what I don't. So I'm not of the mindset it's a fact
that he can still play basketball.
No. That's not what I asked.
The teams thing.
Real. Well, someone.
Well, he asked if this nigga was done, or you talking about somebody sign him?
No one signs him. His career's over.
I mean, yeah, that's just the case. But someone not signing. We'll get to it.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't, and maybe it came off wrong in the text message. It wasn't a matter can you play back. Mind you,
that's what I took from that shit.
Mind you, and the biggest thing, like, nobody gets, and this ain't saying, like, I wasn't shit, right? Like, I'm 6'8", can't play for shit. I mean, I could beat average people, but that's anybody college level above, fuck me up. Niggas don't.
I used to think you could hoop, yo. I ain't gonna lie.
You said what?
I used to think you could hoop. You used to tell me you was hooping.
That's what I said. Anybody college level above. If you get someone who's only high school below, I'm fucking them up. But that's not the point. What my thing was, everything that, like, nobody really remembers or thinks about, niggas who make it like, huh?
Nah, I'm gonna let you brush by that. We'll get back to it.
Niggas who play in the league or make it to, like, a high college status, niggas don't, like, realize that's like the top 4% of niggas in the world. Like, that's not just like, oh, yo, he made it to NBA. Like, an NBA scrub is one of, like, the top 10% of niggas who can play basketball.
You think you could take the worst nigga in the league?
Who's the worst nigga in the league?
Oh, shit, I don't think it's high shame to beat, even though he ain't in the league. He's 7'3", yeah.
The beat getting all elbows. All elbows.
What about Zion? You can take Zion. Y'all the same height.
Fam.
he built like a bus, but y'all the same height.
That nigga definitely built like a butt. Tony actually got to talk about that. And I know I wasn't able to do it last Thursday, but definitely I need to have you on for that because I don't like qualify for my own college basketball opinion enough to, like, say something about him, but I think he is. Now the niggas who was Steve Kerr talking about, he LeBron?
Yeah, he wildin'.
I'm not with that. I mean,
but I don't know. I feel like niggas taking that niggas want to just take that a certain way just because he said LeBron. I don't think he said he's the next LeBron. I think when he said I thought LeBron was a one-time deal, he's talking about somebody being a physical freak of nature. And niggas is acting like Steve Kerr said, oh yeah, he got the skill set of LeBron and all of that.
No, absolutely.
I didn't take that as that at all.
Damn, why is my shit working?
I didn't think he was wilding, but I want to know why y'all think he was wilding. Because
I don't think he was wilding.
That's what I took from that.
My thing with
I didn't like the physical thing because it's like he not even built like LeBron.
No, like, but I'm just saying the physical ability.
Wait a minute.
He's built bigger. He's bigger than LeBron was at that age.
I'm about to say he's definitely like LeBron at 19 is not Zion Williamson at 19.
But I'm saying
Zion Williamson. They said he was 270 as a senior in high school. Check that nigga P.
No, but I'm just saying when I'm not even saying they saying he built like LeBron, but I'm just saying when you're talking about the size and the speed, LeBron was bigger than was bigger than most coming into the league at the age of 18, and then you're talking about the jumping ability, the speed, and all of that. So when he said I thought LeBron was a one-time deal, that's what I took from it. He's saying that somebody of this size being able to move that fast and jump that high and all of that shit. Like I don't like.
No, he has the and
Save it,
now,
just save it, because we letting a lot of shit
I'm
go.
gonna say the same shit. Mind you, say it's gonna be on the show and be on hard foul is, and I'm gonna kind of jump out the window with it because you got to be a little extreme when you say shit. I could make a case. Shaq, LeBron, and Zion got like the three like craziest 18, 19-year-old like the craziest 18, 19-year-old bodies we've seen in the NBA the last 20 years.
Yo, please get rid of the pause, yo. You grown as fuck.
Ain't in the NBA yet.
But I'm saying that's what I'm saying though. It's like you could say niggas is better than Shaq. You can't ever say someone is Shaq. Shaq was too damn big. If a nigga come through and he plays better than LeBron, he might, but he ain't go take away the fact LeBron's 6'8", 260. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's not a matter of him being the skill set. You niggas just ain't six. What is he like? 6'7", 6'8", 280 pounds?
6'7", 270, listed at 275.
Like, the fuck is that?
I know.
And he can move.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it was just, to me, it seemed like it was so many, like, after Steve Kerr made those comments, there was so many people saying Steve Kerr is out of his mind and all that. I'm like, I didn't get it. I didn't get why everybody felt he was like crazy for saying that.
It's because like you can't. The thing about that shit is like, you take away the fit. Like when you first hear him say that, you might think physical, but then other motherfuckers like me, like when LeBron came out of, and it's like LeBron had this buzz without Twitter and YouTube, so it's like it was just word of mouth and like Zion Williamson high school games wasn't on ESPN like LeBron games is on ESPN. Like LeBron was a different thing.
And LeBron definitely had YouTube.
He definitely had YouTube. Now, like as far as social media being able to just look. No, I'm talking
about high school. LeBron wasn't in high school when YouTube was popping.
LeBron's like the dawn of YouTube.
LeBron is definitely not the dawn of YouTube.
Nigga, Fred was the same shit as LeBron when he was in high school.
Who was Fred?
Fred's like the OG YouTube nigga, the fucking dorky looking white kid.
Fred was that. Yo, you got your years fucked up. Fred was like 09. I'm younger than you. I notice things.
I found out about Fred when I was in middle school.
You definitely didn't find out about Fred in middle school.
Fam, Fred had a movie when I was in middle school. When's that nigga movie come out?
Fred movie came out in like 2009. I was in fucking like 6th grade when that movie came out. Fred movie was 2010. I just Googled that shit. I hear you typing, and he gonna look at 2010.
My keyboard big as shit, yo. My shit make loud noise.
Well, no, like I said, I just took it. I think I took it different than most. Like, and I'm not even talking about.
I don't agree with the physical part.
Well, no, that's the only thing that I took from it. Like, and I mean, I don't think niggas is comparing Zion right now to LeBron today. I think they're comparing Zion right now to LeBron coming out of high school into the NBA. So niggas is like, oh, you can't compare him to LeBron. What y'all gonna tell me? LeBron got rings. Zion ain't got no rings. Like, no shit, nigga. But I just took the physical shit from it. Like I said, I don't know. It is what it is with that. That didn't really hold no weight to me. What you typing up, nigga?
Not typing up shit. I just got the cameras front. The cameras on. We are here.
So what that mean? We keeping the first part of that shit or not?
I'm absolutely keeping the first part of it. I actually want to know, Tony, because you were on the other side. We just fucking intro. We just going with this right now. Because you on the other side from Will and I. Finish your point. I'm sorry. You said so. LeBron was not social media. Did not have YouTube.
Yeah, it's like my thing about what Steve Kerr said. Like I get what Will was saying as far as the way he took it, but the way I took it was Steve Kerr comparing like they waves pretty much, and there's like the energy that you got when you watch Zion playing when you watch LeBron playing high school like from a physical freak standpoint, or like a physically gifted standpoint, I understand that. I get that. That's a perfect little comparison. But from a impact standpoint, it's just different because it's like LeBron had like players might have went to Zion's AAU games and shit like that, but LeBron had Kobe and Mike saying like the kid is great, like I can't wait till he comes to the league, and it's like motherfucker, like NBA players on their day off was like taking flights just to go to a random gym in Ohio to watch LeBron play basketball. Like it was different.
No, I definitely, and I understand 100% what you're saying. I just have no idea how you got that out of what Steve Kerr said.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying that's just the way I took what he was saying because
no, that's like, what I'm saying. I don't like. I was like I said when he said the first thing that came to my mind, like I didn't think of like LeBron's buzz coming into the league or nothing like that because like I mean I know we done seen a lot of like physically gifted niggas, like when you got Gerald Green coming into the league and he got crazy ups and all of that, but Gerald Green like 6'6". So it's like, you know, see, and that's why I think I just took it the way I took it, because I'm like, all right, he's 6'9", 270 with a what? How high is his virtual? Like 40, 43 or some dumb shit?
Shit, whatever the highest vert is.
Yeah, like
I don't even know.
Yeah, some crazy shit like that. So that's because I'm thinking he's just comparing him to like the physically gifted, like.
Okay.
What was that?
That was Alexa, nigga.
So ain't nobody call upon that bitch.
I just told her to turn my damn light on.
Shout out to Alexa.
Nigga said okay.
We're trying to get an Alexa.
I already got one.
Oh shit! Oh, you did order it?
I had that shit for damn near a month now. Well, yeah, damn near a month, because I bought that before I moved.
Well, I know you were texting me about it. I wasn't sure if you actually went and got it though.
Oh yeah, I got a plug on them now. Like the guy who I got it from, he get all that shit. So anybody who needs a plug, call me, man.
Damn, you got an Alexa plug?
Oh yeah, he got all of it. He got the Echo Dot, the Echo Spot. He got all that shit. Yeah, that's the one with the screen on it.
You're right. I definitely thought you made that shit up.
Oh no, my plug was shit, my G. Oh, real quick, y'all. So now I went. So you know, I ain't really a church going individual, right? So
you don't say.
So my mom called me.
Damn.
What?
Why don't we record? That's why I thought we didn't record on Sundays. It was the Lord's Day.
Anyway.
Hey, before we get into this story, what's good? It's episode 25. Episode 25, right? Yeah.
Nigga said 25.
No, it's not.
Fuck is you on, cuz?
Nah, that's 30. Ain't this 34?
Damn, we're way the fuck back.
It's 33. No, it's the Pat Ewing episode.
Episode 33. Your boy Tony on the social joining us. What's good?
Oh shit, my bad. I was reading the Instagram caption. What's up, man?
Nigga, we working.
Wow. Social media coordinator.
Wow.
It's your boy, aka the light skinned Allen, the dark skinned Allen Iverson.
It's your boy Young.
the dark skinned Allen Iverson, aka Play No Kid.
Damn. We got Will, our editor in chief over there. How you doing?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Church is good.
Wonderful.
You got Bible study after this?
Hey, hold on.
Oh shit. So,
I'm your host, Justin. I talk a lot. 9080. What'd you call me one time? Hot Take Ashi?
Oh yeah. Is that what I said? No, I said Tekashi 6'9".
Yeah. The real 6'9". We here. Will about to give us this church story. Let's get it.
Well, no, it ain't no crazy church story, but so like anyway, so last week my mom, she called me. She was like, you know, I want you to go to church with me or whatever. And she already know how I feel. But I'm like, you know, I can't tell my mom no. So it's like, all right, you know, cool, whatever. She said, yeah, I want you to go to church with me Sunday. All right, whatever. So she called me Saturday night. She said, Oh yeah, you ain't got to worry about it. I don't think I'm going. So in my head, I'm like, great, wonderful. So then I'm thinking I'm all good. She called me Sunday morning like, yeah, I changed my mind again. I'm going. Meet me there. So I'm like, fuck, all right, whatever. So I get up. I go to church with her and all that shit. Church is cool. I don't go there often, but it was cool. After we left church, it's a little flea market around the corner and shit. I got up. We went to church or whatever. It was cool, I guess. I don't be they be in there wild and catching the Holy Ghost and all that bullshit.
Damn.
but so after we left church,
we respect
right next
religion over here.
Facts. I ain't disrespecting nobody religion. I'm just talking about the niggas that be in there faking like they passing out.
Niggas get touched on the forehead and pass out.
Yeah, man. That's why I be feeling like I don't belong, because I be watching them do all this shit and I be standing there with the stale face looking at them. Like, what are you like? What are you doing, bro? Like, get off the floor. You know how wild it. Niggas don't know how I would react if I was in church and my mom decided to fall on the floor because the nigga hit her on the head. That's number one. And number two, ain't no nigga hitting my mama on the head while I'm there. Because so that's some other funny shit I'll tell you too. But the whole church story, that wasn't really shit. So after we left church and shit, it's a little flea market next to the church or whatever. I went. They be having like, you can find some decent shit in there sometimes. So I went because a couple years back, about 2013 or whatever, when Beats first got hot and shit, Beats by Dre's and shit.
Yeah.
I went in there and caught me a pair of that for like, about $80 or whatever, back when it was like $150 or some shit. So I went in there. My girl had been asking me for some rose gold Beats. So I just decided, let me go and see if they got some wireless ones and shit. So I get up in there. I walk up to the dude with all the electronics. I said, you get Beats or whatever. He said, oh, yeah, I got some right here, bro. So I get to this nigga stand. I'm looking at it. He said, I'm like, you ain't got the, the on the ear ones. No, we only got these, the little ear pods or whatever. So I'm like, all right. I'm looking at them. They already looking kind of funny. But I'm like, how much you want for them? Oh, $35 each. Now, mind you, these in the store going for like $150 plus.
Right.
So he said $35 each, and I'm like, all right, I'll look into it. I'll come back around here if I want or whatever. So I just took a picture of them. As I'm Googling them, I found these bitches on eBay. Called some headphones G5 for $17 a pop. I'm like, this nigga really tried to finesse. Like I'm talking about, like, I'm thinking like, damn, I'm about to catch me a little deal or something. But I was like, let me just do my research before I buy these shits, and then my girl be looking at me like, what the fuck is this? And I think it's just fire that somehow these niggas got the Beats logo onto their shit. Because they had Beats all over that motherfucker. But they definitely wasn't Beats. It was Beats by Ed.
They was niggas said they was Jermaine Dupri's.
my nigga was selling me some beats he made yesterday.
Hey, bro, that nigga took the Xbox headphones.
I said, "Oh, you wildin'." Long story short, I ain't going back though. But real quick though, what made me think about some shit when we were just talking about niggas getting hit on the head in church. So, my mom, she about to get remarried and shit, right?
Right.
At the beginning of the next year. So her, the guy that she with now and shit, I guess he don't like working in the church or nothing like that. They work together and shit, but he big into church and shit. So he a deacon. I don't really know what that means. Justin, are you familiar with deacons?
For this conversation, basically like the pastor.
Okay, so I guess he's an actual deacon though, but he don't like, he don't speak and he don't, hold no services at church or nothing like that. But I guess he's just a deacon or whatever. So he always asking my mom, because my mom, she go to church, but she not like no big church goer. She'll go maybe once or twice a month sometimes and shit.
She just try to go when she can. So he go to church all the time and shit. So he always asking her, will you go to my church? Because they don't go to the same church and shit. She ain't with them. And she went to his church one time, and she said the pastor came around and hit her outside her head.
What she do, cuz?
Huh?
I said, what she did?
She said she left, and I'm looking for her. I don't care what she did. It's not what I'm gonna do.
Hey, bro.
She talked, and then I guess he said he asked her, he was like, "Oh, can we get married at?" He asked my mom if they can get married at the church he go to, and if the pastor could be the one to marry him or whatever. What's that shit called, Justin? I know you know about all this religion shit. The niggas that married 2 people.
Those are pastors.
That's another name for it, nigga. That's not a pastor.
A pastor will marry you.
But it's another name for it.
I can't think of that shit.
You know it's another name for that shit.
Yeah, because Malice did that for Push.
Yeah. I forgot.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so he was like, yeah, can my pastor be this guy and all that? And she was like, yeah, just as long as that nigga don't hit me in my head again. I told her, I said, after the ceremony, I need 5 minutes with him anyway. We definitely gonna catch him out back. And that's all I got. That's all I got for my stories for the day.
That shit is wild, bro.
Let me find the name of this shit.
I'm looking it up because I swear it's just.
What the fuck? What is it called? Ordained.
Laptop.
Who can conduct an
officiant?
An officiant. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Oh, I ain't never heard that before. I've just always, my uncle's because my uncle's a pastor, so he's married some people. He's done like 4 or 5 weddings in our family and shit. So I just always been like, oh, the pastor marries you. I've never heard no officiant before.
Speaking of marriage, how long you think it's gonna be before you get married, Justin? Just wondering.
I'm not. You first, bro. I'm gonna follow your lead.
The fuck?
What you mean?
Yeah. On PlayStation.
Hey, when you met your girl, how far away did y'all live?
A little over an hour.
All right, I'm about the same distance. When did you move your girl in?
Me and my girl moved in together. We got together in September of 2015. We were living together by December of 2015.
By December 2015?
Yep.
Damn.
Wait, so y'all moved in 2 months in?
Yep.
Okay, maybe I'm not following your path.
Like I said, you got to remember, like me and my girl been knowing each other since like 7th grade.
No, okay, that's fair. So I'm in the first year step, right? So now we living together and shit. So and how long you and your girl been together?
We have been together since 2015, so over 3 years now.
All right, I'm following your lead. When you marry during that year, that's when you marry.
What the fuck? What the fuck is that?
Had the Netflix running, man. Cut the laptop on. That shit.
Listen, you got to lead by example, Justin.
You the oldest one, bro. I'm looking to you.
Yeah, I am older than both of y'all niggas, huh?
I'm following your lead.
Yeah, y'all definitely should. I'm definitely not the nigga y'all should be following.
I'm following your lead, bro.
I'm a young buck out here.
What you say? You following myself? I mean, where your girl at? So we gotta ask how she feel about this, like about you not marrying her until after I get married, nigga. Let's get a woman's opinion.
Ain't home for another
That's kind of wild.
Let's get a woman's opinion.
Nah, this is my time to talk. She ain't home for 3 hours. Fuck you, mean? Why you think I'm gonna do this shit early?
Now that she ain't here, how you think? How's the living together going? Even if she is gonna listen to the podcast, you can still talk your shit and just say it was for the podcast. That's what I do all the time.
That's absolutely. No, honestly, like real shit. Like, and it's only been 2 weeks, so I can't say like, yo, we got like
chemistry.
But there hasn't been, huh?
You gonna say, yeah, I got chemistry. We got good in-house chemistry.
Get the fuck out of here.
Mind you, and this probably had to feel the same way for you, fam. Just the fact I'm not spending like 8 hours a week, 10 hours a week driving.
True.
Like that's some real. Because and Tony can tell you even better. Like, nigga, I don't know if we've done 90 feet when I'm not driving.
I don't think so.
like it's like, and it's like I got so much more on my schedule and shit opened up. Like it's like I wake up at 4 a.m, right?
Right.
Because I start my job at 6, and she be looking at me like, "Why the fuck you up so early?" I'm like, I had to leave. I had to get up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock to go up to yours just to drive an hour back down so I'd be on time.
So you getting extra sleep and shit these days?
Damn, y'all really love these women. I respect that shit.
I'm about mine. Like I'm like, and it's like,
Cause what, you 23, yo?
Oh no, I'm 24.
Nah, Tony, how old are you, Tony? 22 or 23?
Fuck no, 21.
21.
Oh damn, you you young? Oh, you real young? You got
You brand new 20. Hey, trust me, 20. Now let me say this. Part of the thing with mine, I don't know if Will's the same way. Part of the thing that like makes like when I became like real obsessive about my girl, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make a push to like make you that person. She really don't have like a track record
Of
like you can't go.
She ain't got history in the street, basically.
Like you can't, like niggas couldn't pull up to me and be like, yo, I was with, like, no, you wasn't. Like I'm not gonna go into like that much detail, but like I know exactly who, and I know I don't gotta worry about it. So I'm like, that was one of the things to me, especially like, not that I'm old enough to probably pull this statement, but like nowadays where I'm like, yo, I made this statement. I've seen girls I went to high school, they got railed, they hang out with 3 niggas, get railed all 3 in the same week.
Whew.
I mean, see, no, that's like something that, like, as far as like a track record thing, no boy, like I think because of the history I've had, like, I ain't gonna say history, but the situations I've been in with like other women before my girl, I think the older I got, because it's like, all right, you know, when I was young, when I was younger, maybe fresh out of high school and shit, I was in like a 2-year relationship where a nigga felt like he was in love, right? Yeah. And you know that. So now that's all it takes is for that one time after something like, after you with somebody you were with in high school and shit, and then you feel like, you know, that shit didn't work out. I guess niggas I wouldn't say I was heartbroken, but niggas will call it a heartbreak, right? You
definitely you commit that much time, and that's the thing. Like outside of joke aside, right, where you can just let everything fly. Like, of course, that's that much time in someone, you don't feel some kind of way if they're no longer with you. I don't.
Right. So now,
girlfriend, family, whoever, like.
Right. So now, like, right. So you figure we were together for 2 years, and then when me and her broke up, I ain't gonna lie, I was in these streets. So, like, no bullshit. So like, when me and my girl like got together, like the last thing I cared about was whoever the fuck she was with before me.
No, and don't get me wrong. I know you ain't saying that, like, you know, you out here doing hoe facts or something on your girl or no shit. No, absolutely. And I'm like, and to be fair, like I've been with more people than she's been with. But I guess like the thing was, to me, it's like, I don't know, it's just one of those things. Like it's gonna be kind of a weird thing, right? Like, so if you listen to an album, right? Like, an album could be dope to you for a whole lot of reasons. Might be the production, the lyrics, the features, whatever. Like, I might not, like, if I get an album and I'm like, yo, dope. I know the lyrics is gonna be dope, but it's a dude who really don't work with a lot of people, and then I get like some dope features on that album as well. Like, I'm extra hyped. So basically, like, my girl had she had extra features. She had dope extra features on her shit.
You compared your girl to J. Cole.
I don't know how you wait. No, I don't know. I don't know if you said she had extra features or she had no features.
That's no.
Wait, like,
niggas,
like, hold on, yo.
Nigga said she went platinum, no features.
No features. That's why it was dope. It's who the fuck don't work with nobody? It's a Kevin Gates album. That Cole album. There you go. My girl's a Cole album.
So did you take? No, I ain't gonna ask that question. That's a little personal.
You might as well ask.
Like, that's why.
Nah.
Give him the
That's
option
right.
to answer it or not.
And to me,
Niggas gotta start getting personal on the podcast.
Nah, that's why. Hey, all questions go. Bro, it's a.
Let me tell you about the time I was 7 and I killed a man.
Damn. Hey, I don't need that. Edit.
Statute of limitations. We good.
We got a bunch of that.
Niggas said statute of limitations.
I mean, even though it ain't one on murder, but still.
I was about to say.
Hey, bro, you could have, like I said, all jokes. Only thing I don't joke about is my grandma. Everything else, and I haven't told my girl that. Now, obviously, like if we in public, you can't say shit to her. But if we just letting jokes fly, then
Mind you, I remember like no bullshit. I remember me and Justin was on. We might have been streaming or some shit on PlayStation, and this nigga was telling me like, I just ain't got no time for no girlfriend and all this shit and all that shit. And then I look up like months later and shit. All I hear is LMA in the background.
Hey, hold on. Okay, and I can no, and so here's the thing too. And I will state this because I had people try to like pull that shit on me all the time. Like, oh, you was the one saying. Yeah,
I mean, I ain't trying to pull it on you. I'm just saying.
No, but well,
shout out to you.
People like that's that, and I'm like, when I tell people, y'all know who Eric Thomas is?
I feel like we talked about.
I've brought him up. I know a couple times.
I feel like we've talked about Eric Thomas like multiple times.
Yeah. Tony, I think Tony. Didn't you say you knew Tony Robbins?
Oh fuck yeah!
We've talked about we've talked about him before too.
Yeah,
multiple times.
And when I tell people, I'm like, how would you put it, right? So like, out of my crew, I got 3 friends, right? That I'm like these niggas. We stuck with each other basically. And all 3 of them have, for better lack of terms, real clingy girlfriends. Okay. I would not be able to stay in a relationship with them because they would literally be asking for all my time, and nigga still got shit he got to do. And even beyond that, all I did was make the decision. I wasn't sleeping 5 hours a night no more. Now I sleep 4. Like that's all I like. That was like I still don't got time.
Man, I
can't
wait till this podcast blow up.
Like
she leave you for Shaq West.
Nigga.
Shaq West.
Piss when Mo Bamba hooping.
Nigga. Nah. And that's her response. And he was joking on Twitter. Like that's her response. Like because it's been bad dudes trying to extend that shit. And like that's her response every time. Like I ain't going nowhere. I'm good.
Hey Nate, we still got Jumbo Boy that said this should be us.
No bullshit.
Fam, Will, you want state open, my man. You better go handle it.
Well,
I'll pay for your flight.
I don't need no flight. All I need is a picture. What you talking about? A flight. A flight. Where I'm going. Just send the picture, man. I got. Because then you say, is there any in the military?
Like, I know niggas ain't. When niggas really be like, for niggas that try to do that shit, like, I know they really don't give a fuck. But man, I'm like, where, like, are you going at here, like, to think, like, I'm the pinned tweet on Twitter and shit. Like, I'm in a bunch of shit on Instagram. Like, I'm part of the background. Like,
no, you got to realize, though. You got to realize what I realized a long time ago. Niggas don't give a fuck because at some point in my life, I was the nigga that didn't give a fuck. I didn't care that she had a boyfriend. The fuck?
No, and that's why. And that's what I'm saying. So it's like, but it's part of that thing. Like I'm comfortable in my relationship, and I'm so comfortable like with how like she handled. I'm just like, hey, and I'm not a jealous kind of person. So it's like,
well, no, and that's the same one with me. Like, I'm not really a jealous nigga, but I'll fight you just to fight you and shit. So that's like when my girl tell me the shit niggas at her job is saying, I'm like, all right, do they want to fight me or not? Like it.
No, so here's the thing. If you do it, like, cause now here's my thing. Especially when it's like social media. Damn, I didn't think we were gonna start the episode off like this. If it's like social media based, I'm not responding to every nigga on social media. Like this podcast.
It depends on what day it is.
The network can blow up all that shit. I'm not responding to Will, you can do that. I'm not responding to every nigga that's on social media. I just like the only way you will get like a response out of me is if you do it in public. Like you got the audacity to come say some shit in public. All right, now because that was almost what happened in Mexico. Now in Mexico, that nigga was lucky because I didn't want to get in a fight down in Mexico. They arrested me down there.
I would have came and got you, nigga.
Nah, fam, they don't do it like that.
Tony would have been on the first flight out there. Free my nigga. He would have had the free 6ix9ine shit on and everything.
Oh, I'd have got a good hashtag turned in for you. A couple t-shirts.
GoFundMe. We definitely would have got the GoFundMe popping off you, my nigga.
Hey, shout out really quick because this shit on video. Shout out to this being the first episode we got with some video on it. I just got my new DSLR. This joint's nice. We working with the camera shit this week. It's all good.
All right, so what level of disrespect would you what would a nigga have to do like to get you to want to fight him about your girl? Yeah.
I mean, that depends on the situation. If you try to make like a real move on her, like, and I'm in public with you, we gotta fight.
You keep saying it depends on the situation. With me, it does depend on what day it is. Like I don't really care. It just depends on what day it is and how I'm feeling.
Like it's Sunday, it's the Lord's Day. I can't fight him.
Sunday is the day you can get it. Because if you
how you gonna fight on the Lord's Day?
Disrespect me on any day, it ain't gonna be the Lord's Day.
Hey, hold up.
The Lord wouldn't tolerate disrespect, and I won't either.
Hey, yo, the Lord definitely tolerates disrespect. You get disrespected every day, but that's a bigger conversation. We ain't delving into that.
We're gonna handle that on my new podcast.
Hey, don't bring in the one who's breaking down porn videos.
Hey,
watch Tony. Tony gonna start a podcast dedicated to all Bible scriptures.
Such blasphemy. I'm starting my church podcast, which is gonna lead to my mega church.
Christian, you gonna have a Christian podcast.
We're gonna have ATMs inside.
Facts.
Pay your tithes.
It's gonna be an entry fee and shit.
Fam, that's wild.
New podcast is called The Religion Room.
That shit gonna say meet new Christians podcast and shit.
I'm gonna get merch and everything.
Man, that's crazy. So let's get into it. Actually, I'm gonna even skip the one sports topic because there's some. Because I am really confused. I'm gonna say this genuinely. I don't know how the hell Tony rates music no more. I get it.
Yikes!
It's your opinion.
Yikes!
You can say what you want, but my nigga, I really don't know what the fuck. Because you definitely came out the gate like 2 days, not out the gate, 2 days ago I think it was, right? Mm-hmm. And he was like, besides Biggie, it's hard to tell who got a better first 2 albums. Than 50,
no,
right?
I said it would be hard to find.
I'm saying it would be besides Biggie, it would be hard to find someone better than 50's 12.
Yes.
Okay. To me, that sounds like a nigga that's like, yo, like I'm not that like big music theory, but like you delve a little bit deeper than just all right, that the beat was hard. Then and this shit was wild to me. It was on Instagram and it was like name an artist don't got a bad song.
Right.
And to me, my favorite niggas like there's plenty of bad songs like a 5.
Right.
Not like there's like a lot. Like obviously, otherwise I want to fuck them like that. But everybody got like.
But that's why I think that's why I ain't respond to that shit. Because the first song that popped into my mind when this nigga said Drake, first song that popped in my mind was AM to PM. I was like, I skipped that shit every time.
But I'm not counting. I'm not when I said Drake, like I didn't listen to early Drake, so I'm only going by shit I've listened to from these people. Like I didn't listen to Comeback Season and all that 06 shit. That Drake didn't hit me.
I don't know, yo. And like, and I fuck with everybody. Like,
okay, so what's the ultimate question? What we getting to?
I'm just really confused.
Okay, the list.
What
everybody
is your standard for? Because I just want to know going forward.
Everybody listening.
And I get it, and I'm the one who, as Joe would say, I walk myself out there, and I get reactions. That's fine. But I want to know going forward, just so I can gauge in my own mind, what is your view of like a good song, a good album, like good music in general, right?
Okay. All right.
Like how do you grade that shit? Okay. I'm curious.
Now, Justin sent a meme basically into the group message.
From Instagram.
The No Feelings group message said, hey, name an artist. I know it's fire. Name an artist that has no bad songs. And he said, is this possible? I said, what do you mean? So he was like, is there any artist that you know that doesn't have bad songs? I said, yeah. To me, yes, because music is so subjective. Like, that's just an opinion. It's like a joke. I might find some shit funny that people don't find funny.
After music comes out nowadays, a joke.
Now the artists that I named were, off the top of my head, I remember I named Future, Drake, Migos, Biggie, and like I said, I'm sure some other people. Cole's another person. I've never heard a bad song from Cole out of the music of Cole I've listened to. Now,
I'll give you Biggie.
Now
I don't know if I can give you Cole.
There are musicians that have songs that I'd be like, oh no, I'm not feeling this, or I don't catch the vibe.
Well, and that's the thing, though, because
that's not for me to say it's a bad song,
right? I
just might not want to hear it.
Yeah, just because it ain't your favorite song, don't necessarily make it a bad song. I get that.
So the way I'm judging music first, I'm judging songs off of number one. What do I get from this? What do I feel from this? Like if I want a certain mood, I'm gonna turn on some '90s West Coast or New York shit, some street shit.
I thought he was going to say I'm in a certain mood. I'm turning on '90s R&B.
I mean, I might turn on some '90s R&B. Like I'll fuck with '90s R&B. Like
R&B is the wave.
The vibe. It depends on the vibe.
And that's fucked up because the most prolific nigga in '90s R&B can't fuck with.
If like I judge albums based off of, how does this flow? Like how does this album flow? Is the album just filler? Is this just random songs thrown together? What's the vibe of the album? Like what am I getting from this? So I judge music based off of feeling, number one, and then I'm going to, okay, what you talking about in music? Like it ain't gotta be lyrical, but can I feel the words that you're saying? Do I believe you in a sense? And I'm not saying do I believe you as in like, do I think you sold this much or you slung this or killed that person? I mean like,
because all these niggas alive.
Factual. So it's like do I believe like just the energy
Except
of
Gucci. I ain't disbelieving
just the energy. So like music to me, that shit is different because I'm like I'll be the guy, I'm listening to motherfucking the Locks 1 minute and I might turn on Yachty the next, or I might be listening in the French and then I want to listen to fucking Spice One. So it's just it just depends on the energy or the vibe I'm going for.
Okay, and I'm not mad at that, right? And I'm not saying everything. I probably have the rep. I don't even know what a rep is yet. We don't got to. I'm gonna go with.
You got the rep. Just say it. We gonna rock with it.
Hey, I got the rep of like, oh, I just listened to fucking Lyrical Miracle. No, and I fuck with a lot and basically, realistically, outside of maybe like a couple people, we all fuck with like 99.9% of the same niggas when it comes to music. Like, we've been listening to like collectively like, the same sounds, same group of niggas like the last 7-8 years, right?
Right.
So it's not even a matter of it's like, oh, I don't fuck with him, you fuck with him. No, I think there is, and maybe this is where I get kind of fucked up. I'm all for listening to music for film, obvious, right? I'm not trying to listen to like I actually did some shit. What I do, it was, yeah. I did nothing but listen to Migos and T Grizzly like I think it was like 3 days ago. And that's pretty much all I had on, right? Like I just made like a quick playlist and shit, and I just threw on a bunch of Migos shit, T Grizzly shit, and just let it shuffle, right? Mm-hmm. Dope. I think yesterday I had like an hour and a half session. All I did was, it was like it was actually funny when I brought up the 90s New York shit, because I definitely just had it was Nas, Hove, even though everybody thinks I don't like Hove. That's fucked up. And that's the conversation actually we had, but after this point. But I think there is a certain part of like, when you're listening to music, like the critiquing part should come in, right? Like, yeah, it can be a feeling like, yo, I fuck with this song, but at the same time being like, yo, this song is some bullshit.
But that's what you get from that song. Like, I might not get that from that song. It's like, I'm rarely listening to music to be like, okay, this shit bullshit. Like, there's artists I've heard that I'm like, all right, this shit whack, or all right, why you make this? But for me, I don't catch that this is bullshit vibe. I might catch it like, all right, I'm not trying to hear this shit right now, or I ain't on this wave. But I can't be like, this shit whack. This shit bullshit. Like, it's a bad song, because it's 20 other motherfuckers that might be like, man, that shit fire. You tripping?
But you don't think like 20 other motherfuckers can just be wrong?
No, because who the fucking mod is telling them that they wrong?
I think I'm the shit.
Like I don't look at opinionated shit as fact.
No, and so this is where, and obviously you can't fight nobody's opinion, right? I'm not here to fight nobody's opinion. You like what you like. Like this is why when people are like, yo, I don't understand how niggas like this genre of music, they don't like this, like that's all based on whatever they feeling and what they like. I don't have issue with that. I guess to me though, there is a difference in like, and I respect your opinion. This ain't a matter of being like, oh, it's otherwise. That's probably why I feel a certain way about it. Is to me, like there's a difference between listening to a Jadakiss record and even though I heard the last show was hard, listen to a Yachty record, right?
Right.
You like to me, you can say that you like both of them, but if you feel the feeling you get out of it, you can tell like, yo, this is really nice, this is really well put together. And the other dude's like, yo, Yachty's what, 21? Like Yachty's 21, he's having fun, he's making that sound, right?
Right.
And I don't know. I guess maybe that's just it. Like you don't consider yourself a critique.
No, because it's rap, like it's music. Like I think there's no point for country music. But I'm not gonna be like you motherfuckers stupid for listening to
white
country
people
music.
Gotta have a place. No, there's absolutely a place for country music. Let the white people.
Country music is like
you realize
terrible.
how.
But that's because you basically
hip hop shows would get if they didn't have country music to distract them.
You basically judge music on two different scales instead of you don't want him to just.
Yeah, I guess like no, and I guess part of this whole conversation is to find out like how you judge it, and if that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
That shit is just that shit is just an energy to me. It's just a feeling. It's like I love to hear a nigga spitting or a nigga getting off on bars, but it's like I'm not trying to hear that shit. I'm not trying to hear that shit the whole song and the song's going nowhere. Like especially if I've been listening to a motherfucker for 10 years and I know you can rap. Like I've heard you freestyle, I've heard you get on other motherfucking songs and body. I don't need to hear that for the next 10 years. Like I get it. You're good at this. Like Hov is my like Cole's my favorite rapper, but Hov's probably 1B because y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, Hov's probably 1B because it's like Hov can still bar you up, but that's not his intent as it might have been in 95 or 6. Like Hov's like the production on the Jay-Z song is still a great song at the end of the day.
No, correct. And that's what I think separates if we doing like the top niggas ever, which is why it throws me off too, because it's like maybe you just don't feel his energy. Pac is like not only like because obviously and
No, Pac's a great rapper. I listen to Pac today. Ironically, Pac's a great rapper. Pac's
a better song maker though.
Yeah, Pac's energy was Pac can make a hit. Pac has hits. I'm not saying Pac doesn't have hits. I'm saying when it comes to just the idea of like bars, pretty much. Like the top rappers that I look at, these are guys that could put words together in a way Pac couldn't.
Well, I don't think any of my top 5 out of the guys who I think are the best, like and we said the names a whole bunch of time, even though I dropped M out and put Wayne in.
M did that to himself.
It's like, no, he absolutely did. But if you do want just like I don't think any of them are the 5 best. Now M would have been in that conversation. The 5 best putting words together. No. If you ask me who's like the 5 best ever to put like words together, then my list is like M, Royce, Lupe, 3 Stacks, and there's other niggas you throw in that conversation. And I don't want to hear that shit all the time. And like there's a reason why
But then it's also a thing of like what is putting words together for you? Is it metaphor or similes and that type of thing, or this is like that and I'm doing this like that, or is it just us like the way Jay-Z or Jadakiss raps to me, or even Nas really, it's just they paint a vivid picture, and Biggie did this too, like great. They paint a vivid picture that I can see like through the words. Like they paint an image.
I think Nas is like the GOAT when it comes to painting pictures. Nas rapped as a gun and a cockroach.
Hey, I'll give you like.
Like how you do like that's fam, like how you think like that. That's my favorite thing also too. When like I think of like my favorite people is some of the times I'm just like I kind of get so starstruck because it's like I spend a good amount. Like I'll be the weirdo. I spend a lot of time talking to myself. Like I just do. My girl lives with me, and there's times I'm talking to myself. She's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "You wasn't in the conversation."
Who be having you starstruck?
When I think like and it's not just one person, but it's like when a nigga says some shit where I'm like, "Yo, how did you have to like get to that thought process?" Right?
Give me an example. Like what you mean?
Like well, Wayne and Nas are like those are my top two personally, right? And I think that's a perfect example of like how the fuck did you think of some shit like that? Like how did you get to that mind space where you could sit there and put these thoughts together, orchestrate it in this way, and present it in this fashion? Like, because to me, that's part of like you know how they always say like be in a room full of people smarter than you?
Right.
I know the expression.
Like, I want to like I want to listen to a nigga. I'm like, yo, he is smarter than me. Like I can get something from this. Like there's songs they have, and they're not the only two.
It's debatable though.
I just being a room smarter people smarter than you?
Like saying them niggas are smarter than you just because they could like make words rhyme better than you.
No, well, it's the way. It's like I said, it's the way that they did it. I don't think Wayne is. If you want to talk about I don't think Nas is either. If you want to talk about just putting words together, neither of them in my top 5. I don't think they put words better together.
No, I'm
like
saying
Andre.
I'm saying that they put words together better than you.
Well, my writing is top secret.
I mean, I put words together better than most, but you know, album coming soon.
Yeah, absolutely. But I get that's my biggest thing when I'm listening to something, and obviously I'm not looking for that in everybody. And two, I'd be kind of scared because if some of these niggas put words together, if I really was like, yo, he really not much smarter than me, I'd be worried about myself.
There's definitely some niggas I'd be like, how did you think of that?
And then it's like a lot of niggas I listen to, like it's like a lot of that shit is on a scale. It's like a relatability thing, or I can see myself doing this type of thing. So it's like I'm more attracted to niggas that rap about the streets just because I grew up like around that shit. Like I know these guys. Like niggas I grew up with could be these guys. So it's like that shit attracts me more than the motherfucker just rapping just to rap.
See, but I feel like I'm the same way in that aspect because it's like I think I just prefer niggas like that do it and can actually rap. Because a lot of these niggas that rap about the streets can't really rap. So it's like that's the type of shit that'll put DMX or Jadakiss and niggas like that in my top 5, or even like a lot of like underground artists. That's like the type of shit that'll put them in my top 5.
See, and I would say that, but I would say the issue with that comes with that, and obviously never comes on a personal level because who you fuck with. But then when you start to like, and you kind of compare the other people, what you fuck with, not everyone's going. Everyone has different experiences, right?
Right.
So like,
which is the basis of my whole.
Well, because that's the thing. That's like, I mean,
but no, not just that. But it's like I'm not gonna say, and I'm not trying to contradict myself because I would go with not necessarily more on Will's side because you might feel the same way, but I would agree with him where it's like, yeah, just because a nigga sits there and like, I think you can have your exact life story, right? Like,
but then it's like, that's another thing is like, what is a good rapper to you?
You have to do I think you have to do multiple things to be a good rapper, but you don't
right. No, I don't like. I'm not asking your definition. Like I understand it because we had this conversation all the fucking time. We've been having this conversation for years, but it's just like the shit is just so subjective. It's just a matter of what do you feel? It's like
I think
it's like none of this shit is fact.
No, it's definitely subjective, and it's just like a lot of times, like I said, you figure I'll be 26 in 2 weeks, right? So like a lot of times, like the shit that like when when Tony throwing shit in the group chat or like on the Instagram about some of these rappers, I be looking at that shit like, I don't care about these niggas. But then as you forget, it's a 5-year age gap. But he know a lot about the same shit that I like too. But he's in that in that age group to where like he like a lot of the newer shit too.
No, that's
Versus
no,
to where
that's,
that was pretty that shit started like the wave that's hot right now. That shit started to get hot while I was older, so I wasn't like in school and shit like that when this shit started going crazy, when niggas started doing shit to go viral and shit like that.
Will could give a fuck what a Mary Jane is. I get hype about shit like that.
Facts.
I get hype about like fucking Supreme Jordans. Like Will don't give a fuck about that shit.
I didn't even know it was a such thing as Supreme Jordans.
Exactly. Right, so it's like
I was same wavelength.
So it's like
I know. So here's I guess another thing to throw at it. It's like to answer, and obviously it's gonna lead back to the subjective point. But I think there's concrete things that you could label.
See, but that
the same
I
way
think
to
that's the
movies,
thing with you, though.
Entertainment.
You want like, and I understand it though. So like, this ain't me like trying to say you wrong, but it's like you want things that can't possibly be fact based. You want to find a way to make it fact based.
No, not entirely. Because let me say this, because this is the same way how I feel about. I probably listen to I don't know exactly how many you listen to, Will. I think I listen more than Tony as far as podcasts go, but my podcasts are all over the fucking place, right? Like I listen to a dude that does finances and stuff. I obviously listen to Joe.
What number would you say you at?
In terms of people I listen to in podcasts?
Yeah, as far as like podcasts you listen to.
Oh, I'm subscribed to like 30 of them.
Whew. Nah, do you listen to all of them though?
Oh, I listen to I barely. If we're being honest, I probably listen to the least amount of music as anybody.
No, I listen to more podcasts. I listen to more podcasts than I do music.
Nah, I'm pretty sure both of y'all niggas listen to more music than me. Like a lot of the new music that I've listened to just for podcast purposes. And like if we wasn't doing the podcast,
I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat.
Like that's like the Lil Baby and Gunna album. I actually enjoyed that album, but I probably wouldn't have known I enjoyed that album had we not been doing a podcast and knew that we were gonna bring it up on the podcast.
Right.
It's a chance that I wouldn't have listened to it.
I usually only get to listen to shit like, and even now when and I know I said this, like when I was listening to music the other day, it was because I was editing, and that's only because I can't listen to when I'm listening to podcasts, and it's like you really you have to pay attention to the audio, which is a weird thing to say. Like I don't want the audio for that I'm listening to or editing to like fuck with the audio that I'm hearing for like whatever reason I'm listening to that podcast for. Compared to music, I can have music be background noise, right? So it's like either there, and it's usually only the shit that we are going to talk about, are going to discuss, and half the time I'm only going to listen to it once. Like I really like Takeoff's project. I've only heard it once, and I didn't actually even run through all the 12 songs. Excuse me, but I mean I listen to a fucking Spanish podcast. Like I'm dating a Mexican girl, so
So like you listen to a podcast that's like in Spanish, yeah? Or that's like
it's in Spanish.
They teaching you Spanish? Like that's like Spanish 1?
One is teaching, and the other one is an actual like Spanish person who just literally he's basically like Mexican Joe. He just sits there and bullshits.
Stop comparing everybody to my nigga Joe.
I'm not. Who else am I comparing
yourself? To Joe? You just told me 5 minutes ago that you was kind of like Joe in whatever aspect, nigga.
I did not.
That's funny.
Did he not? You did.
No, he did. That's why it's funny.
I remember bringing that up. See, I got a bad memory. You know who I got a bad memory like?
Well, I got you. Here you go.
This nigga want a Love and Hip Hop deal so bad.
I already told you we're gonna put. What did I say I was sending them niggas?
No, I'm not.
It was like a wild ass place.
I'm definitely putting y'all on Love and Hip Hop Wyoming.
You said Wyoming.
Y'all go get the bag.
Y'all gonna be in that bitch for winter coats. Huh?
And I mean, you got. I figure y'all will be lit though, because that's where 6ix9ine relocating to after another one of his videos got shot up.
Hey, it'd be like that
because
sometimes.
I was gonna ask for a list of places y'all think he should move to after another video of his got shot up.
Moscow.
Love and Hip Hop Moscow will be fire.
Who wouldn't be doing like guest appearances and shit? Nigga Khabib would be in there.
Wilding out on niggas.
Damn. I forgot the fuck I was about to say. Anyway, moving on from that. No, I actually did want to get into the other part of Music Take, which is I think it's a fun conversation as far as like the best first two albums. Because what brought that up for you?
I was listening to. I was in the gym. Was I in the gym? I think I was. I was listening to the Massacre, and I was like, man, this nigga didn't miss on like the first two. Like, he bodied them shits.
No, that's a fact. Oh damn, never mind. I was gonna say, is that his first time? Because the other dude, I know I mentioned a couple. Or get everybody else up to speed. Then I guess if you listening, we're talking about niggas who have like, if you take their first two projects, like we got the best basically Freshman and Sophmore album, right? DMX is also in that class.
That's what I was just about to say.
I definitely forgot X.
If anything, I'm saying DMX.
I don't know how, but I definitely forgot X. Because like it's dark and hell is hot and flesh of my flesh is like, it's no skips. There's no skips.
And the other nigga I was gonna say, no, because they count Infinite as his first album.
I definitely don't count. I don't count the independent albums as like niggas' first albums.
Shit, I
that's
don't know
what
why
I'm
not.
say. But if you're doing just Slim Shady LP and Eminem Show,
them shits don't age well though.
Eminem Show ages great.
No, Eminem Show ages. Slim Shady LP and Marshall Mathers LP does not age well. As like production wise, they age well, but like the shit he's saying does not age well at all.
Well, no, because no one's trying to stab their mom.
Past that, this nigga just. I guess it's because it's like, I don't know. I guess I like Em's still a great rapper. Like I'm never going to say his albums out.
Whoever said that.
Hey,
wow.
21 Savage. Welcome 21 Savage to the show.
Hey.
Whoever just said that shit wilding out. I can't believe you, Justin. And you half white.
That was 21 staying whispering.
Is he half or is he like 75?
Me?
Is you 50 or is it more like 60-40?
Oh no.
No, I'm 50-50.
Okay.
I'm just like on both ends of the spectrum.
If you ask Timbo what you think Timbo is, he was like he was 75% white when I met him, but after he got with y'all, it's like shit switched.
Hey, no, that's one of the funniest things I ever heard somebody say because he said that like he knew you personally.
Imagine where we'll be if Justin picked Timbo over us, y'all.
Shit, they have a cooking podcast.
Justin be cooking, Timbo will be eating.
Niggas will be live streaming.
It'll be a full review of food and shit.
A full review of the McRib.
Like for Timbo to have a taste testing podcast, that should be wild. We might need to get him on the network. Like get him a taste testing podcast, yeah.
Damn. No, we ain't doing that.
You don't think that'd be fire?
No.
We'll bring everybody together.
Nope.
Timbo's Tamales.
Oh, that's
fine.
That's a fine name for a tamale. If you went in the store, Justin, and saying Timbo's tamale, you wouldn't say, yeah, let me get that. let me get the number 7.
Nigga said the number 7.
Let me get the number 7. What's the number 7? Timbo's tamales. The combo.
I wonder, do people when they go to like the carry out like in the hood, like do they actually use the motherfucking shit that's on the thing? Because I never use that shit.
I don't know. Let me get
like the menu hanging up. Like niggas don't use that.
Definitely not.
What was I gonna say? So anyway, so top 2 albums who we put. So who's like you gotta make a final 4 real quick.
Mm-hmm. Of like debut and sophomores.
Yeah, because
I'm going.
50 absolutely has to be in there for me. 50 and Nas are like my lot.
DMX is in that for me. 50 enough for me. Big is enough for me. Who would be my 4th? Let me see. Watch it be an R&B singer or some shit.
Putting
Watch Usher drop the 8701 there in Confessions. Come on, my nigga.
No, My Way was before that.
Oh yeah, My Way was 97.
It was My Way that
yeah, My Way was first.
My Way was fire.
Shit, even still, coming off of My Way and going into 8701, he might have the hardest first three. Shit.
That's facts.
For you to go from My Way to 8701 to Confessions.
Hey, go look at the 8701 track list. He's so cold, he never spelled you in none of them titles.
Oh yeah.
Them shits is just you.
Damn.
Hey, he real for that. Remember Usher had the U chain.
Usher definitely had the U chain. Yeah.
Kendrick.
My top four debuting sophomore be 50 J, Biggie, and
Jay might have to take my fourth spot, and I ain't putting him in order. I don't know how. I ain't thinking about whole.
No, this ain't my
ain't
my order. But it's that fourth one is tough because I want to say Dot, but I want to say
I'm putting 50 Nas, Kendrick, and I'll put Big.
I don't know, but then it's like that shit is tough. If I had to flip a coin, I'd probably say I said 50 J Big and Cole.
I'm not putting Cole in there.
I love Sideline Story.
That's fine.
Nigga, this is my list. My list. Stop doing that shit. Wait till this shit get popping. Your mention is gonna be flooded.
Justin wants this to be a debate show so bad.
He wanted to be first take so bad.
I'm ready. Nah, why do you think I'm pissed off? Liam don't want to do shit.
Yeah, that was your outlet.
I was gonna cook Liam up.
So yeah, you and Liam, y'all had to talk.
Yeah, nigga don't talk to nobody no more. Nigga be on Twitter preaching peace and positivity. Like, nigga, get your peace and positivity. Positive. What the fuck I'm saying no more.
Niggas
I'm gonna go and follow that nigga.
What's it gonna
OTF.
What was I gonna say? I think I only have one more time. Now, let's get into it.
We didn't say shit about Jimmy Butler.
Let's get our sports talk out the way. Do y'all think Jimmy? Now, I do think y'all kind of wild putting the way. I'm not putting Ben Simmons over Jimmy Butler yet.
Okay, that's cool. Next.
Niggas don't even want to defend their opinions.
No, I'm not finna argue, but you lost some shit like that. Like, I think I would put Ben Simmons over Jimmy Butler. You wouldn't. Cool.
But why? Like, okay, then just don't even argue. Just why do you think Ben Simmons is better than Jimmy Butler?
Mind you, I said Ben Simmons. I said Jimmy Butler was probably a little bit better. I just said Ben Simmons is more valuable.
Like, I think Ben Simmons is more valuable, and I'm putting him over Jimmy Butler just off of. I feel like Ben Simmons is going to, like throughout the season, he's gonna get better and better. I think he runs the team great. I think that what he does for Philly is like more than what Ben Simmons is going to do for Philly. I mean, more than what Jimmy Butler is going to do for Philly. And I just think,
in your opinion, well, once you finish, you can finish. I got a question for Justin.
No, I was just going to say, like, I just think that his impact on that 76ers team is just bigger.
Ben Simmons is a taller Rondo.
No, so besides possibly
without the shot.
Besides probably being a better shooter, what do you think that Jimmy Butler brings?
He's a better
more than what do you think that Jimmy Butler does better than Ben Simmons besides being like a better shooter?
I think he could check right now. He could stick right now better than Ben Simmons, and Ben Simmons is not even a bad defender.
Now do we do like, because I can't remember who said, I think it might have been Jalen. It might have been Jalen Rose that said it. Do you compare Ben Simmons? Is Ben Simmons better than Jimmy Butler was at Ben Simmons' age?
So is Ben Simmons better than Jimmy Butler in his first 2 years?
Ben Simmons.
That's what So that's the question. Yeah. So it's like, because I mean, no, Jimmy Butler should be better because he's been in the league for longer. So now, is he that much better than Ben Simmons? Like, Ben Simmons is a whole lot better to me in his second year than Jimmy Butler was in his second year.
I'm saying this, and this is my thing with Ben Simmons, and it's nothing. I like Ben Simmons, but I don't
like Ben Simmons.
No, it's not that. Because Ben Simmons' biggest selling point is the fact he's 6'10".
Ben Simmons' biggest selling point is definitely not the fact he's 6'10". Ben Simmons' biggest selling point is the fact that he can run an offense. Is the fact that he can score. It's just that he's past first guy for his ability to score. Motherfuckers don't understand. He can't shoot.
That's the same case that a nigga. That's the same case niggas have for your boy Giannis.
And Giannis can score in the post. And here's the thing.
Ben Simmons can score in the post.
No. And you can't even compare those two. See,
I just said Ben Simmons can score.
You can't even compare those two because Giannis is a far. Because take with the fact when the skill set, Giannis is scoring damn near 30. Simmons ain't scoring damn near 30.
I just said Ben Simmons. How many years first?
How many years Giannis been in the league?
Nigga, Giannis
a good 5 or 6.
And is Ben Simmons better right now than Giannis was in his second year?
No, definitely, easily.
Oh my gosh.
You know that shit is true. You just trying to defend your point. Yes, okay, Giannis Antetokounmpo in his second year is better than Ben Simmons right now.
Giannis Antetokounmpo in his second year.
You don't believe that shit.
12.7 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists.
And what was Giannis in his third year?
We talking about second year right now.
Third year, 16 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists.
Okay, because this has been Simmons' third year. Because that's the age
you're
talking about.
But you talking about second year playing.
We talking about playing the game actually.
I'm
talking
about the age that you were talking about.
Here this nigga go.
I'm saying I got y'all in the argument.
You don't. You really don't.
It didn't matter win or lose. I'm saying I got y'all in the argument.
You don't. Anyway, you just want to yell.
Sometimes I just gotta yell, and I can't yell at my girl.
Yeah. This nigga pussy.
No, I'm smart. The fuck?
I know, yeah, and Giannis only a year older than Ben Simmons.
That's even more crazy. So how old is Ben Simmons right now?
22.
And Giannis is 23?
Yeah.
So Giannis is a 22-year-old did what?
I don't know. I ain't got the stats on no more.
then we really got no conversation because that's Giannis last year, and Giannis last year is far better than Ben Simmons right now.
I mean, Giannis will be 24 next month though.
But how long has he been playing in the NBA? Like you trying to change the narrative?
No, you take that same age season.
We're not taking age seasons. We're taking how many years they were on the court. The NBA. Giannis has been in the NBA longer than Ben Simmons has been in the NBA. Giannis has played on an NBA court longer than Ben Simmons has played on an NBA court.
See, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, Justin. It's like you can't. I mean, I get the whole age thing, but it's like you got to compare. Like at this point in his career, where was he compared to this guy?
Ben Simmons was winning state championships when Giannis was playing NBA games, professional.
I don't even know.
Games.
We didn't talk about Giannis way too much for them niggas to be a first round exit.
Nigga, they're the number 2 seed right now. Anyway,
and they're gonna be a first round exit.
I guess November 12th.
The Bucks is nice right now.
It's November the 12th.
The Bucks is, but you can't even deny the Bucks was nice. The Bucks is nice right now.
The Bucks are playing great basketball right now. Yes, we can all understand that.
Okay, I'm just because, like I said, y'all was like I said that y'all had Indiana above them, Philly above them.
Yo, it's November 12th. Like that's the argument you can't keep bringing up because we don't know shit yet.
That's not. You got to say that for the end of the season. You can't rip that shit out like 12 games in. Yo.
I'm actually gonna rip that shit out 12 games in.
He's definitely coming with that 12 games.
I'm ripping everything out.
Wait till Chris Middleton get injured.
Yeah. Chris Middleton averaged like 12 points. I don't know. One of them was who was it? No, Brogdon, I think was averaging like 12 points.
Former rookie of the year.
They had like 4 niggas score like 20 the other night. I ain't even kept up with their stats.
That shit is wild.
Is that like the worst rookie of the year we've had the past decade?
Fuck no, Michael Carter Williams on rookie of the year.
Hey,
you bugging. Niggas traded him after he won like the year after.
Hey, I thought he was gonna be nice. I'm not even gonna lie.
Michael Carter Williams could hoop, but like we talking like the worst like rookie of the years. Like Michael Carter Williams has been on like 5 different teams the last 5 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, is he worse than Malcolm Brogdon though?
Malcolm Brogdon's definitely better than Michael Carter Williams.
Yeah. And Michael Carter Williams Dwight Howard been on like 5 teams the past 4 years.
Next topic.
Well, y'all don't want to talk about Melo.
We can. I'm just not arguing that he can still play. But you already said that wasn't your statement.
Yeah, no, that wasn't. Man, I gotta figure out how to phrase things too, Tony. Apparently, like you mistook what I said. You mistook what Steve Kerr said. I gotta start figuring out how to talk to you.
I mean, it's not even a matter of me mistaking what Steve Kerr said. It's just a matter of what I got from what he said. And I'm not the only one.
No, there's definitely people like I was tripping out because I was looking at Twitter, and I was tripping out. Like there was definitely people that was on that, and I was confused. I was like, I didn't get that from when he said it. I was thinking just he was talking about him being basically, and to be fair, he based LeBron was the 19, so I was just thinking, but physically, and no one in here, and we've all said it multiple times, like Melo's top 5 as far as players you watch growing up, and we talk about all the time the fact niggas disrespect Melo when they didn't. Like, if you only been watching basketball the last 2 years, like, I get it. All right, you got a different opinion of Melo than we do, fine. But you can't take away what he was, especially if you're watching Kevin Durant. Because outside of being like, yeah, but a three-point shooter, they ain't shit. Durant can do better than Melo. And Melo was better in the post. Do we think he gets signed? First off, let's talk about the fact, how the fuck is it not crazy that he gets waived 12 games in, if that's the case?
Is it crazy? Fuck yeah, it's crazy. Is it surprising? No, because it's like the NBA. You look at the team he played for, and it's like them niggas. They looking for a reason not to be a 7 seed after being 48 minutes from the finals last year. So they going to take the guy that wasn't there last year and say it's his fault.
And be fair, and I agree with, and I haven't been retweeting him because it's slander against my man's name, but like, there's been plenty of dudes on the Rockets playing like some ass,
easily,
including my guy. But like, and
you talking about Christopher Paul?
I'm talking about James Harden. James Harden definitely been playing like some ass.
Talking about Christopher Paul.
I'm talking about James Harden definitely playing like some ass for it. And
right, who the second best player on the Rockets though? Who the second best point guard on the Rockets?
Right now, the best player on the Rockets.
Who the second best point guard on the Rockets? It's Chris Paul, right?
Yeah, Chris Paul been playing. Chris Paul has not been playing up to his expectations.
Nigga ain't playing up to snuff ever since he got snuffed.
Chris Paul has not been playing up to expectations. Nigga, he did not get snuffed. Fuck out of here. I mean,
just because he hit him back don't mean he didn't get snuffed.
Damn, Chris won that fight. The Rockets might lose that. See, Will turned his mic off. He didn't want to engage in this conversation. Will been quiet. Will definitely put that shit down. He was like, I ain't gonna say shit. I'm gonna just put the phone down. Wait for these niggas to stop.
Let me know when y'all done.
No, but what? Like, let me ask you. Can you? And this ain't no slander talk. What was your reaction when you heard the news?
Fuck the Rockets. The fuck? That was my reaction.
Should he go sign with the Hawks again?
I mean, they gonna retire his jersey anyway, so
Hey.
See, but then it's like one of them things, though. I feel like the Rockets could have kept their whole team together, and I don't think there's no way they would have repeated the success last season. They wouldn't have repeated the success they had last season this season.
No,
I don't think it was possible for them to be that good again. Like that.
No, Mike D'Antoni everywhere he goes has like one peak year and then falls off.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like they could have kept the same. I just don't think. I don't think it's number one. I don't think they were as hungry as they were last year, because now I think that they felt like they were the best team last year. So it's like now when they hear like, oh, we ain't really got to do shit. We can just coast and we'll be back. They think, that I feel like they think, oh, if we had Chris Paul, we were in the finals.
Because I think that. Because I know they do.
So,
well, no, that's a fact. I think the biggest thing too is like if you look at the Rockets,
cruise control, and they want to blame
everything worked last year. Like they had the Warriors' actual down year, right? Like the Warriors, if this is gonna be Durant's last year, they actually look like they're going for it. Like they want to win a whole bunch of games and embarrass people. Last year, they literally just coasted the whole way through.
If they wanted to, they wouldn't lose another game this season. Yeah,
that's a fact. And like James Harden last year, and this is what's crazy about it. James Harden is, and this is obviously like rare company, but James Harden is the worst of all the MVP level players.
As far as the way he played, or like talent wise?
If you look at, so like let's put it this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is James Harden in your top 5?
No.
All right. Is James Harden your number 6?
Probably.
And it's
Probably
debatable, right? Because a lot of guys would say, like, a lot of people I would put Russ above him, right?
No, Russ is in my top 5. That's the thing.
Well, that's the thing. But there's a lot of niggas who I think there's a consent besides that. Russ is weird because Russ has people that just fanatics for him. That's fine.
Bingo.
Yeah, like there's pretty much a consensus top 5. Russ is like I think the consensus 6, and a lot of niggas have Harden at 7, if not 8. Like he is, and the guys that are like right below him are like niggas that's mad younger than him. Like Embiid's in that category.
Will you in his still?
22, 20.
No, he got.
Huh?
No, we gotta wait for Will to come back.
Oh shit. Well, I'm gonna continue this and let Will add on afterwards. Like,
right.
If you look at the niggas who's probably like right below Harden on that rate like scale, it's like you got Embiid, you got Giannis, like you got niggas who's almost a decade younger than him now. So he's like, and I'm not trying to shit on him because, like I said, I said this before. We got on here. It's like niggas who play in the league are like the top 5% in the world. The niggas who is all stars in the league are like the top 2%. James Harden's obviously one like in the top % of basketball players in the world. So it's not me trying to be like, yo, he can't play, oh, he's some shit. But if you look at the top niggas who's in that MVP conversation, James Harden is the worst out of all of them. And he's the worst one to have on your team.
But I mean, all that, like that shit is like best. Like something we don't talk about enough is like this is it's bigger than like what you actually do on the court. Like James Harden is one of the most marketable NBA players in the world. Like
That's
that nigga
fine.
sells tons of sneaks. So I get your
absolutely.
point. I get your point for about like just play wise and things like that. But it's like that shit is so much like his importance is so much bigger than basketball. Like he's pound for pound the biggest star in Houston sports. Maybe not the biggest. Second. He not bigger than JJ Watt, but second though.
I was gonna say
second though.
JJ Watt's up there.
Second though.
And let Deshaun Watson win a playoff game this year. But no, but I'm just strictly saying basketball wise, right? Like, and when I'm saying the consensus top 5, I'm doing LeBron, AD, KD, Steph, Kawhi. Like that's in some order, however you want to rank them. That's like the consensus basketball top 5 right now, right?
Right.
Okay. Then you got Russ. I'm taking Russ over Harden. If I'm looking at the niggas who's like right next, if I'm drafting a team, I'm taking Giannis over him. I'm taking Embiid over him. I'm taking what's my man's name right now? A nigga who's coming into that like category. I'm taking a nigga like Jokic right now.
Jokic over Harden. See, that's the thing. If we talking play wise, like okay, cool. But if we're starting to like, when you say starting a franchise, we talking just strictly on the court basketball.
Just on the court.
Okay.
Because I get the finances part, like which is why people trip right now because of Dirk's contract. People tripped over Kobe's contract. Them niggas. If you take away the fact the basic argument of like, oh, they get that much to play a game, like nigga, if you knew how much merchandise and how much value they brought, like any other job in the world, your boss will pay you what you bring in as long as they still make a profit. And Kobe generated more than 20 million. Dirk generates more than 20 million. James Harden generates everything. I'm not worried about that.
I don't even know if I take Jokic over Harden personally.
I think it's far more debatable than it should be for a nigga who just won MVP.
Oh well, yeah, but I mean it's November though. It's like it's hard to have these. Like I said, I don't really feel like arguing hoops till like December. But I get your point. But it's still early. Like James Harden could have a stretch of 10 to 15 games where he going 25, 10, and 5.
See, but I don't even think James Harden is. I think James.
Like this
Harden
is a guy that had like 55 in a triple double.
He did okay. So triple doubles don't mean shit to me no more. I'm so over triple doubles. Like, and it's only because like niggas is playing so fast. There's only like 2 niggas on a team that rebounds anymore. Like that's and like I get it. Like I've been hyping it up. My nigga, in what world is Giannis a 15 rebound a game? All right, we back. So as I was saying,
either y'all can piece it up or y'all can piece it up. Ask him which one he want to do.
So we back. As I was saying,
don't let that go over y'all heads in my Casanova voice.
Tell a nigga pick a hand.
Pick a K.
As I was saying though, is if you ask me about like the top 9 to 10 players, like the last one I want on my team is James Harden, personally.
Whew. See, the thing about that is like I disagree, but I don't disagree. Like it's just it's tough because I feel like he as a player though I feel like when Harden is like in it and he's on, he's like he's one of the top like team runners in the game. To me.
But how many? So here's one thing. Like for James Harden, it's a real funny stat, and this is an advanced metric as fuck. If James Harden did not have, and the nigga that pulled this up, to Bleacher Report, you know they got a million fucking people to work there.
Shout out Bleacher Report, man. Y'all Twitter jokes a little corny, but the app is amazing.
Yeah. So Clint Capella and Trevor Ariza played at above average defensive grades last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Chris Paul played at just pretty much average. Eric Gordon was a little under average. James Harden was way the fuck below average.
No surprise.
They said in the games James Harden scored 40-plus points, the games he accounted for 40-plus points. If he had played with niggas if everybody on the team was average defensively except him, he would have been responsible for giving up more than 50-plus points in all those games.
That's a hell of a stat.
So I'm like, James would have like
the niggas that come up with those numbers gotta get paid a lot.
Like you got
to pay me a lot to sit around and come up with that.
You got to
make up anything and it's gonna get hot.
You got to have a bag to know how many triple doubles Kobe scored on a Wednesday when it was hot outside.
like James could drop 50 points and be responsible for like 60. But how many did the nigga give up?
I'm saying, y'all think if we went on Twitter right now and tweeted some shit out and say James Harden on average gives up 75 points a night by himself per the advanced metrics or some bullshit like that.
Niggas will believe that shit. If you put advanced metrics next to anything, niggas running with it. Because niggas too lazy to go search it like, no, that ain't true.
Watch everybody go start retweeting the shit. That nigga suck, man. Get that nigga off my team.
Man, I'm tweeting that shit right now, man.
And we definitely are retweeting it. James Harden, man. I thought you was a gunner, nigga.
I'm gonna put Via at basketball metrics.
Hey, fam, hold on.
Hey, imagine this tweet blowing up and niggas just realize like, oh, you just start giving out fake news and shit.
Fake news.
Because these little advanced stats when they say LeBron is the first player to average a triple-double on Saturday nights when the temperature is below 75 degrees and above fucking 90 degrees or some dumb shit. I'd just be like, damn, that's a crazy stat. Who finds this info?
Yo.
Y'all got some dedicated niggas.
That's a fact.
Yeah, let that tweet ring off.
What else we got? That's sports, music.
Let me see. Y'all see Bass is burned down except Dame Dash.
Damn. They always
the
say
fire
when the world ends, it's only gonna be Rockefeller left.
I got a few notes to just ramble off real quick that I took down. All right. So Calabasas Fires was one. The second one is who do y'all have winning in a game of Big Bang Take a Little Bang?
What you said? Future who?
Future who?
Future or Wendy Williams?
Oh, Wendy Williams. I'm definitely going with Future.
Nigga, you are
crazy. Hold up.
If you go with
that actually brings up a good point. Scott,
no, because Wendy Williams been getting bags. Wendy been getting bags. Don't get me wrong. Wendy has bags. Hold up, no, I'm wilding. I'm wilding.
And I ain't even talking about I ain't even talking about like no little celebrity network.
Right, I know what you mean.
I'm just saying like that bag she got to be different.
Yeah, Wendy got network TV bags. I'm wilding. Sorry, everybody.
What you was about to say, Justin?
We got to take Scotty off the top 50 players of all time list.
Wow, for fumbling that Larsa bag.
Hey, Future played that nigga way too well for him to be on the top 50 all time. Future got to be on the top 50 all time.
I mean, the only way he can get back in the top 50 is if he fight Future.
Nah, you can't. Not even after this point.
You can't fight a drug addict.
Like,
Why not?
It's because it's going.
Niggas fight
gonna go
crackheads every day, B.
and they get their ass beat.
It depends on what they own. Like they don't feel nothing.
If
they can still lose and not feel no pain.
If they on that cook up.
Like if Future on coke, then yeah, Scotty got his hands full. Anybody fighting a nigga on coke, the nigga that's not on coke got his hands full. That's just how it go.
That's a fact. What was I gonna say? Fucking Future played Scotty too well. Scotty, you got to drop. You may be top 100 players all time, but you got to get out the top 50.
All right, next. Yeah, I asked this earlier. Y'all anticipating the new Sebastian Telfair album?
No, I'm waiting for that Stack 5 to come out.
Justin, you anticipating the new Sebastian Telfair album? What if he sent shots at 6ix9ine though?
Like literally, or rap shots?
No, that's like fake news too. Tweet that out. Tweet that out. Sebastian Telfair dissing 6ix9ine and new.
Hey, hold on.
Shout out to
via
Sebastian
NBA
Telfair
stats,
the rock chain on.
This nigga said via NBA stats, James Harden gives up 70 points individually every 10 possessions. Hey, that shit is crazy. That shit is hilarious. Make sure we gotta get the tweets out. Oh yeah, so Justin, how did it feel to send out a tweet from the podcast page?
Yeah, that shit was like wow. Like I was so confused.
Fam, that's the whole point of that shit.
Shit was funny.
Called about that shit.
Shit was so funny.
Shit that I want to get out to a large audience, I'm gonna tweet from that page.
I respect it.
That's literally like we literally conference called. That's why I was shipping out. I'm like, the fuck, like nigga.
We just saying you had never tweeted from it before, so that's why I was like.
And it was like the take was just like like okay.
I don't remember what he said. What he said, John?
I forgot, but I just remember it was like no. He was like the East is better than the West. I was like okay.
What the East? What?
NBA is more interesting than the West now.
Yeah, he said the East is more interesting than the West now.
I mean, well, shit, I guess. I don't know if that's really a hot take because, I mean, the Warriors still in the West. So the West been like, I mean, both conferences were uninteresting because you knew it was going to be LeBron and the fucking Warriors.
Well, no, I'm just, and now this is part of Hard Foul this week, so you know. Man, see, the trip, though, is like, I'll say, this is where I have both Twitter accounts on my phone. Say some shit on the other account and the
notifications
said it.
That's why I turned the notifications off on my phone.
I ain't had them shits on in years.
What is though? Damn, I heard the next thing I was about to say was it was probably a lie.
We already talked about where 6ix9ine should move after another video got shot up.
Wow, man.
I don't know, man. I kind of like Moscow. That's crazy. Like if Tekashi in Moscow and you and your girl go to Moscow and we got the Love and Hip Hop Moscow shit going.
That's gonna be a little lit. I ain't gonna lie. That'll be on VH1.
Tekashi, your girl could be have Matt come flying through and shit.
Yeah, we a little
just for a little drama.
We a little lit, man.
On that
executive producer credits.
And then I was gonna ask y'all, we'll save it for next week. I was gonna ask y'all, what is the criteria for somebody to be considered a GOAT?
Oh, we can have that talk.
We can have that talk. Of what? Of rap?
Just in general?
Well, no, I would say, rap or hip hop per se.
Oh,
because that, I mean, I feel like if we were talking like NBA, that's a little bit easier because you got numbers to back up whatever you decide to say.
I was going to say if you got the numbers and the accomplishments.
But like as far as
not accomplishments but impact. That's the word I meant to use.
For what, the NBA?
Or anything really.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. So like because because like so many people get deemed as like oh yeah, this person, it's so many goats out there, I guess.
Right.
From so many people's perspectives, everybody got their own list and all of that shit. So like, if you were to come up with a formula to say these are facts that I have on why this person should be considered the GOAT.
Right.
You need some form of like accomplishments, impact, I guess success, but those first two kind of take care of that. Like to me,
now do impact and sales go hand in hand?
Nah.
Not necessarily, but I think you have to have proof. You have to, like, if we're talking rap, like, what is it? So like M's the top seller all time, right?
Right.
Okay. I don't know where Hov ranks exactly in sales
among school shooters.
Damn.
I'm saying, how many? If you keep it 100, like Eminem saying in the Watch definitely influenced most of these school shooters.
Spaghetti.
You know anything about the Watch?
Nigga, I ain't saying a word.
Eminem was in the Watch toting the crazy AR, like coming through the cut. Nigga was crazy, Chris.
Yeah,
nigga said you fired Chris.
That's what I'm saying. His scene in the Watch inspired like these school shooters.
Nigga said.
That's why I was like, damn, this nigga. I'm like, damn, these niggas ain't catch that.
You know shit. Wild when Devo like he fired Chris.
Well, yeah, he inspired most of the school shooters today. That's saying alone.
Eminem ass was no. He called them jumping on the bed and shit like.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. He started the shit.
I'ma say. Anyway, to go back to the point, like you gotta have like numbers to me. You don't have to be like obviously the all-time seller, but like niggas like Jay has sold
hold up, yo. He said I got the motherfucking AK and it's going
We're gonna send you the clip, Justin.
I got YouTube that, yo. Go ahead, Justin, you can finish, yo.
Nah, you gotta have like, you don't have to be number one. Like Mike got 6 rings, right? And like outside of Russell, which nobody really counts, like that's like the top number. But like Kobe's not excluded from that conversation because he got 5. LeBron's not excluded from that conversation because he got 3. Magic not excluded from that conversation because he got 5. Like but you gotta have some. Like that's why niggas like if you only got one, like Stockton gets pretty much left out of all-time point guard debates because he don't got a ring.
Do we?
Oh, absolutely.
As far as like what being the best or like being a great point guard.
The way niggas talk about Magic and Isaiah Thomas.
Oh yeah, but that's because if John Stockton was black though when he was doing, he'd get more credit for that shit. Like he played in Utah. He was a white man in Utah. Like Isaiah Thomas.
I definitely think he get his credit as far as being one of the best point guards ever. Like, I mean, if you want to just say that most niggas ain't saying he's number one, then I can understand that. But I think he get his credit.
Isaiah was winning championships in Detroit. Like Magic is the Laker. Like I think John Stockton gets the credit.
Yeah, now you might hear more debates for him being number one if he had a ring, but it's like I think he gets a lot of people say he's like top 3 or top 5 more times than not, and I feel like that's a lot of credit for you to be top 3 or top 5 in anything.
I don't even think niggas put him in that category now.
Who don't?
Huh?
No, I said who don't, because whenever I hear these top point guard conversations, Stockton's at least 5, at least.
I'm not talking about active players though.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you go with guys, I feel like there's like Jason Kidd gets more parallels, and like John Stockton's more like J Kidd's than he is, and like Magic, Isaiah. Now niggas putting Steph in that class, and I'm one of those people. Don't get me wrong.
I put Steph too. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's it.
And to me,
Steph,
like his radio
rank be number one.
Like Karl Malone even. I've been saying that for the last year, and niggas didn't believe me. Anyway,
Like when even Karl Malone gets left out of it because he don't got a ring.
As far as great power forwards.
Yeah.
No. Well, that might be what like the conversation you hear. Like conversations I hear about these things is always Duncan, Garnett, Malone, Barkley, Dirk. Like,
I hear Duncan, Garnett, Dirk way before I hear Karl Malone.
I mean, you might hear him before, but there's still Karl Malone's still in that top 5 conversation. And now, if you saying you don't hear these guys in the realms of like the top, like the guy at that position, like okay, but they don't deserve that shit. Like, I ain't gonna say they don't deserve, but they not though. It's like I'm not gonna say these guys aren't that. Like they're not. Like John Stockton isn't the best point guard ever. Karl Malone's not the greatest power forward ever.
Correct. And so here's the thing. And this actually kind of goes with something I was gonna bring up is to me. But top 5, you kind of in like a certain class, right? Like even if you're not like 5 is obviously different from number 1, and 2 is better than 4, but you kind of in this same class. I don't even think people put them in the same class. Like Malone's not in. People don't put Malone in the same class as like KG, Dirk, and Duncan, or even what's his name? Elgin Baylor. Wasn't Elgin Baylor power forward?
Yeah.
Yeah, like niggas act like and Elgin Baylor don't got a ring.
I mean, but Elgin Baylor was a Laker though. That's the thing. It's like that shit is bigger than like what you do on the court. It's like Elgin Baylor was a Laker, like Hollywood.
No, and I get that, and I'm not denying that, but it's like to me. I don't know. I feel like they don't get their just dues. But to spin on that, and I do this too, I think everybody does to a degree. Why do you get so mad when you call someone number 2?
I mean,
what you mean?
Like, if you say
like fans of people,
like when someone's like when you say someone is, I don't have a lot of time to spend on this topic, but when people get, and we go back and forth out, and it's kind of funny. It's like who's the number 2, right? Like, if you say this dude's the GOAT and then the number 2, it's like number 2 is just like the most disrespectful shit ever. Like, yo, you're the second greatest.
I mean, but who wants to be number 2 though?
No,
it's like,
but that's what I'm saying. It's like it's wild. Where it's like number.
Unless you a side nigga that accepted your position, like don't nobody want to be number 2.
It's crazy.
Who wants to be Scottie Pippen? I'm trying to be Mike.
But it's like Scottie not even like a real number 2 though. Like it's not. Like when niggas compare like LeBron and Mike, saying LeBron number 2 or Mike's number 2 is not calling him Scottie.
I know, but that's the way niggas gonna look at it though. If that's your fave, like if that's your guy, like if you riding for that nigga no matter what, you gonna feel like what the fuck? Like you gonna feel like, man, my man's better than him or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Like because we always look at, and we could finish this up, but like we always look at number 2 as like, okay, who's the Jordan, who the Pippen? Like you don't want to be Scottie Pippen.
That's a fact. Because I was gonna.
It's got like Scottie Pippen had a fire sneaker. It's not a Jordan though.
Yeah. Y'all want to have a real argument? Even though, who number 2 at the Banana Boat crew?
D Wade.
LeBron. What's wrong with y'all niggas?
Yo.
No, as we saying Gabrielle number 1? Because in that case, then LeBron definitely number 2.
Hey,
shout out to the Wades on the new baby, man.
Respect, Will. Respect.
Like, man, keep the same energy.
With that,
shout out to Melo.
Don't forget to go follow us on Twitter, Instagram, _network. Oh shit! I'm almost about to throw up.
Damn, nigga.
That
ain't the way we let our fans go.
That's fair. Y'all deserve better than that.
You thought you was gonna get out of here without a Black History fact for the week? You're tripping.
All right, cool. As long as we ain't doing the game show, I wasn't ready for it this week.
Let's go. What you got for him, Will?
Who was the second Black president of the United States?
Oh, this is a layup.
Wait, what?
Who is the second Black president in the history of the United States?
Who y'all count as the first?
If you don't know who the first is, that's already an issue.
You already lost. You already got it wrong.
Just throw a name out there, yo. This is easy.
We're going George Washington.
Wow. The answer is Barack Hussein Obama.
Who's the first?
Bill Clinton, nigga.
What?
Yeah. See, you hear that what on him?
Well, he hit me with the high pitched what?
In the movie. In the movie.
Nigga, how was Bill Clinton the first?
Shaking my head, man. You don't know your culture. In the movie The Wash, since we on that, what store did Dr. Dre get fired from?
Yeah,
was it Burger King? Was it McDonald's? Was it a record store? Or was it a Foot Locker?
I'm gonna say McDonald's.
Sad. It was a Foot Locker, sir.
Ah, damn.
This ends Justin's win streak of 2 weeks.
Dead. Petty shit.
0 for 2.
Petty shit. Hey, I'm still batting like 400 on the season. In baseball terms, I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Sad.
I'm the GOAT.
Now, Black History Fact of the Week, before we let y'all go. Anybody got anything?
In the words of Bill Clinton, it ain't what it looked like.
Whoo! Fire. Fire, bro. Fire, bro. In the words of Barack Obama, I'm gonna put my thumb in her butt.
What is that? What episode is this? 30 what?
33.
34.
All right, y'all.
5.
That's all for episode 33, 34, or 35, whichever one this is.
We gone.
Out.